Hello everyone, good morning all of you. This is Dr. Sudarshan Sambhaji Rapedge, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Kailasa Shirasika Mahavidyalaya, Devni, your zoology companion, and welcome to my lecture. In the last lecture, we also completed the detailed classification of Protozoa. Okay, now today we will start, or today we will learn about next topic of our syllabus, that is locomotory organelles in Protozoa. We know very well locomotory organelles, it will be helpful for the locomotion. Okay, so what type of organelles it will be present in the protozoa, what type of uh, structures it will be the present, as well as the use in the locomotion in protozoa. So today we have seen in this lecture. So let's get started today's lecture. So first of all, there are four kinds of locomotor organelles of the protozoa. First is the pseudopodia, second is the flagella, third one is the cilia, and fourth one is the pellicular contractile structure. Okay, so in these four are the locomotory organelles. It means the protozoans use for locomotion, use in the locomotion these four types of locomotory organelles. Okay, so these organelles, it will be the use for protozoans in the locomotion. It means the locomotion is the process. That process is the animals move from one place to the another place. That organs is helpful for the that process is called as the locomotion. Okay, so so in the protozoans there are four kinds of locomotory organelles: pseudopodia, flagella, cilia, and pellicular contractile structure. In the pseudopodia there are four subtypes, it is the lobopodia, philopodia, reticulopodia, and exopodia. So first of all we have see here, that is the pseudopodia. First locomotory organ is the pseudopodia. Okay, in the pseudopodia are also called, that is the false feet. Okay, and they are temporary structures. Okay, and it will be formed by the streaming flow of cytoplasm. Okay, it is a false feet. We call it as, that is pseudopodia is the false feet, and these false feet are the temporary structure, and it will be formed by the streaming flow of cytoplasm. Okay, so in that pseudopodia generally we have seen in the superclass Sarcodina. Okay, in the last lecture we have completed the Sarcodina. Okay, superclass, in the superclass Sarcodina, and that Sarcodina contain pseudopodia. Okay, so on the basis of form and structure, pseudopodia are of the four types. Okay, that is the lobopodia, philopodia, reticulopodia, and exopodia. Okay, so see one by one. First is the lobopodia. Lobo means these are lobe-like pseudopodia. Okay, you have seen in that picture. Okay, lobopodia is, it means the lobe-like structure. These are the lobe-like structure or lobe-like pseudopodia with the broad and rounded ends. You have seen here broad and rounded ends. Okay, as in amoeba. Okay, this is the structure of amoeba. Okay, So that picture is a amoeba, okay, and it contains lobopodia, okay, and they are the broad and rounded ends, okay. So these are composed of both ectoplasm and endoplasm, okay, ectoplasm and endoplasm, okay. In that slide, one spelling mistake is there. Endoplasm, that is not endoplasm, endoplasm, okay. O is missing here. So ectoplasm and endoplasm, okay. So it is a composed of, means the lobopodia is composed of endoplasm and ectoplasm, okay. And lobopodia move by pressure flow mechanism, okay. It is the move by the pressure flow mechanism, okay. So this is the lobopodia, okay. Next is the egg, sorry, next is the philopodia, okay. So second one is the philopodia. In the philopodia, these are more or less filamentous pseudopodia, okay. If you compare the lobopodia and philopodia, these philopodia are the filamentous pseudopodia, okay. So you have seen here in the first picture or first figure, in that figure philopodia are filamentous, right, more or less are filamentous and usually tapering from base to the pointed tip, okay. And these pointed, you have seen here the pointed tip is in the philopodia in the basal region, okay, or the tip of the, this is a pointed tip, okay. So this is the, generally we have seen in the, such type of structure in a eugalpha, okay. In the, as in a structure in the eugalpha, you have seen the eugalpha, that is the philopodia is present, okay. And that philopodia composed of ectoplasm, okay. In the last is the lobopodia is composed of ectoplasm and endoplasm, but in the philopodia it is only composed of ectoplasm, okay. So this is the philopodia. Next one is the reticulopodia, okay. In that reticulopodia we call it as also, that is the rhizopodia or mixopodia, okay. We call it as a rhizopodia as well as mixopodia, that is called as reticulopodia, okay. And these reticulopodia are filamentous, okay. And these filaments are branched and interconnected profusely to form a network. You have seen in the next second picture of this slide that reticulopodia had a filament structure, and this filament structure and branched filament structure, and these are the interconnected and to form a particular a network type of network, okay. That is called the filamentous or the network, interconnected network, okay. So this type occurs in a foraminiferans, okay. Such type of reticulopodia found in the foraminiferans, okay. For example the globigerina, okay. In that two-way flow of cytoplasm, you have seen this type reticulopodia display two-way flow of cytoplasm, okay. That is called the reticulopodia, okay. So and next and last is the exopodia. You have seen here exopodia, these are more or less straight pseudopodia. You have seen here these are more or less straight pseudopodia radiating from the surface of the body, right? And each exopodia containing a central axial rod which is covered by granular and adhesive cytoplasm. You have seen here in that picture, these exopodia are more or less straight, and that that exopodia containing a central axial rod which is covered by granular and adhesive cytoplasm. Okay, so these like reticulopodia or exopodia also display two-way flow of cytoplasm. Okay, similar in the flow of cytoplasm, there is a two-way flow of cytoplasm. Okay, so exopodia are characteristics of helizones such as actinosphaerium and actinophyrus. Okay, these are the helizones. Okay, heliozones. Okay, so this is the pseudopodia and subtypes. There are four subtypes. Okay, so this is it for today. Remaining part we will see later on. Thank you very much.